will be right back with another brow tutorial for you.
Hey, here we go.
Hey beauties, it's Nikea here with a brow tutorial. So I have a video on my channel that's like 25 minutes long where I went into like super detail about doing brows, but I figured I could do like a quick and easy brow tutorial, and this is an updated brow routine for me because I feel like I've got it down pat to do what I need to do. If you haven't already, go check out the tutorial where I show you how to do some at-home brow grooming, because I did that before I did this video because I wanted to come correct, okay? But before we get into this, if you haven't already, go ahead down below and click that subscribe button, and then once you do that, that bell notification button is gonna pop up. Click that so that you never miss an upload. Join the club. And as I mentioned in my brow grooming video, this is the Sensational Fab Fringe Wig. This is in the color 2. I also have it in the color 1 or 1B, black or whatever, but I have a video up about this on my channel, so I will link that in the cards in the description box, so you can go ahead and check that out if you have any questions about this unit. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get into this brow tutorial. All right, another one, I'm bringing it in close for y'all. So my brows are super uncomplicated. I feel like super easy. There's things that I use. All right, so I have this wonderful dual-ended brush from BH Cosmetics. It has the angled synthetic brush tip, and then it has the spoolie on the end. You're gonna need that for your brows. Then I have my brow pencil. I love using this pencil. I love the color. It works if I dye my hair or whatever. It is called Simmer Brown now. It's Wet and Wild. I think it's like 99 cents, 97 cents at Walmart. Then I have this Black Radiance True Complexion Custom Concealer Palette. And then I use the Black Opal Truly Topaz Foundation Stick as well. And then sometimes I'll use clear mascara to set them in place. And I'll do that in the video today. But most of the time, my brows tend to stay in place. Then I also like to use a small compact mirror so that I can get up close and personal with my brows. Okay, so brows are usually the first thing that I do. Well, the second thing is I'll put on my primer first and then I'll do my brows. On most days I don't put on a full face unless I'm gonna be out somewhere and a lot of people are gonna see me. So brows are typically the first thing that I do. So first what I like to do is make sure that my pencil is nice and sharp. So I may, depending on how often I do my brows, I sharpen it every day or every other day. I'll take the spoolie end of my brush and just brush the hairs in the same direction. And my brows actually aren't too bad. I like the shape. They're just not as full as I would like them, and there's just some sparse areas, and they're not as arched as I like my brows. And I don't get them waxed or anything because every time I get them done, the person jacks them up. All right, so now I have this nice sharp pencil, and I go like a shade or so lighter than my actual hair color, but I've dyed it, so yeah. It actually looks reddish brown when I have my hair out. But I like to draw the lines on the top and the bottom, like so. And I squinch my face up so I can see where my eyebrow actually arches, and then bring that down on the tail. Okay, you see that? That is one already looking fuller and better. And then I just take my brush, my pencil, and then I just fill in with light strokes all the way to the end. And there we go. Stop right there. Don't do anything else. Do the same thing on the other brow. And remember, brows are sisters, not twins, so they're not gonna look exactly alike. They're gonna look related. They're just not gonna look alike. So again, squinching my brows so I can see where my arch is. And then drawing that line on the bottom up to the arch. Then on the top up to the arch. And on every part of my brow, I use short strokes. So even though this line looks heavy, I'm using short strokes. And then down to the tail. And then I'm going into the brow and filling it in with short strokes in the same direction that my hair is growing. Okay? So now the brows are filled in. You put the pencil down, you don't need any more product. Now using that same dual-ended brush, I'm gonna use that angled end, and I'm going to use this foundation stick in the shade Truly Topaz. And I'm gonna use that to clean up my brows at the bottom and also as a highlight for my brow bone, because I don't really use shadow too much to highlight under my brows. So I'm just gonna use this foundation. And again, I'm using short strokes and still arching. So I'm following the shape of my brow. Still, and then boom, just like that. So I actually still have some product on this. So I'm not gonna go back into the foundation. Just use the product that I have there. And do the same thing on the other brow. Squinching my face so I can see where my arch is naturally. And then following the shape of my brow. And boom, just like that. All right, now what I'm gonna do is use the side of this same brush, and I'm going to bring that foundation down onto my lid, because this can be used as a shadow base. And I already have some liner on my lid, so use that to clean it up. All right, and then same thing on the other one. Just bring it down and make sure it's blended out, not too thick right up under your brows. Just taking your time. I don't use a lot of product under there. I use just enough. I don't understand why people use so much concealer underneath their brows. I feel like you don't need that much. All right, so now I'm just wiping off the angle brush on a paper towel, and I'm going to use the Black Radiance concealer, this lighter shade in the palette, and I'm going to clean up the top of my brows. Now you can skip this step, you don't have to, but if you do, you want to use a shade that is close to your skin tone. This one is actually close to my skin tone. The undertones are a little different, but I'm using what I got. Or you could even use your foundation to do this, but I like using creams for my brows. It gives me that real clean, sharp line. So the same way I did underneath, I'm just gonna take the side of that brush and clean it up and blend it out. And this I don't worry about too much, especially if I put on like a foundation or a BB cream, because I'll just blend it into my foundation. We're gonna come back to that. And it helps to start a little bit above the brow and then get closer so that you don't get concealer actually in your brow and then mess it up. But it's fixable. All right, so I'm just blending this up and out with the side of the brush. And you can see the color a little bit because I haven't finished blending. And what I'm gonna do for that is I'm gonna take this brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. I think it's like a contour brush. It's a clean one that I have. And I'm just gonna blend it out. Especially if you're not wearing like foundation, you wanna make sure that it is blended out so it's not noticeable. And then going underneath the brow a little bit. You could also use like a small blending brush, but all my blending brushes are dirty. And this one's a good size and nice and fluffy. And you see, there we go, that concealer is cleaned up. Now you're gonna use the same angle brush. I'm wiping it off again. I like to use the same one because this brush is just amazing. I should probably get more of this brush. So I like the fact that the angle brush and the spoolie are already there together. So now what I'm gonna do is with the angled side of that brush, arching my brows again, I'm going to fade out the front because naturally the head of your brow is lighter than the rest of it, and so is the tail. So I'm not adding any product, I'm just dragging the product that I already have there out to different parts of my brow. And then I'm gonna take the spoolie and I'm gonna brush the hairs up, and this also helps brush out any excess product so that you won't have your brows too heavy and they won't look too crazy, okay? And I'm also using that to blend out the head of my brow to give it a more natural faded look. You see the difference between this one and this one? Looks so much more natural. I know when I first draw my brows on, people probably think, oh my god, they're so heavy. But it all has a purpose. I haven't added any more product. You can even wipe it off in between brows. Just doing the same thing, going through, making sure the product is distributed, and then making sure the brows are blended out. Then taking that spoolie side and brushing the hairs up and fading out the front again with the spoolie. And the tail as well. See, the tail is faded on each side. And then sometimes I may need to go with my finger and just clean it up on top, make sure it's all going in the same direction. Tail over here got a little wonky. Okay, so there we go. They don't look exactly the same. They don't look exactly the same, but they are sisters, okay? Closely related, going to the same family reunion. All right, another step is you can take your clear mascara like so, and then just brush that through to help set your brows, keep them from moving. But I've never really had a problem with my brows moving or anything like that with the product that I use. Keep those brows on and looking flawless all day. See, this brow is just always like perfect, and then this one always is fuller than the other one. And this tail is still crazy, but whatever. Brows are on. I like to do my brows first because I feel like they frame the face. Do y'all see that? Yes. This looks so much better. But that's it, y'all. That's my eyebrow routine. I hope it was quick and as detailed as necessary. But yes, honey, that's it. So I hope you can go out there and do your brows and conquer the world with confidence. I know some people, that's all they do is their brows. Sometimes that's all you need, honey. Okay? But that is it, beauties. Thank you so much for watching. But before you go, make sure you go down below and click that subscribe button. And right next to that, click that bell notification button so that you never miss when I post. Like I always say, it's free, it's easy, and it's fun. Again, thank you so much for watching, beauties, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.